Hi and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to exit out, and what I'll just want to put together would be the data connectivity. That is the component that I will connect my Access database into. Let me show you my Access. I think it's right here. That's the table that I'm going to be using, or the database that I intend to use. I do have some data that I made up in there. There we go. So I'm also making this database available for you guys on YouTube. You should be able to see it on my description area. That is the database. It's called iStocks. Now let's get iStock connected, but before I do that, I'm going to copy that very database and just put it straight into my file location. So let's do that. Okay, let's get that done. Open up the location of my project. I'm just going to make a copy. Just copy and paste it in here. There we go. So that is the one I'm going to make reference to. Now drop that. So let's go straight into the project. Right here, click on the project. And first of all, we need the manage NuGet package right here. Okay, inside the manage NuGet package, what we're looking for is OLEDB. So go to browse. In there, type in OLEDB. There we go. And that should give us the driver. That is it. I'm going to select this very one. Now click on install. There we go, it's coming up. Click on OK here. Alright, now the package is getting installed straight onto my project. Okay, the installation is successful, so that's it right there. You can also uninstall if you want, so that is fine. I'm going to go back into, let's close this. I'm going to go back into my project right here now. The next thing that I'm going to do now, I'm going to go straight into the tools and let's get hold of the connection to database. There we go. Now that is coming up. This is it right there. Just click on that, and that is the add connection. You see this add connection? What we're looking for is the data source that we're looking for will be Microsoft Access database file. So you can also change it if you want to use something else, but that is the one I intend to use. I will now come into browse. Click on browse, and let's navigate straight to where I have my database. Okay, right here, double click on that, and let's look for my database. It's here somewhere. Right here. There we go. That's the access file. Click on it and select open. There. Now I'm going to try it out. Click on test connection. Yeah, so the connection is successful. And now let's click on advanced. With the advanced, all I need is just to copy the part that is my database part. You can select it all, right click, copy. There we go. Get rid of the admin inside the username and click on OK. And that is my database connected. And look at it right there. Okay, so let's minimize that. The next thing now is I'm going to go straight into the coding area. Double click on the form, and let's come right up here. You see where we have using system window.form. We now need the following. Okay, what I need in here is to enter using system dot data dot OLEDB right there. Enter semicolon. Okay, so now I have the library that we actually activate the database. Now the next thing we now want to do, right underneath where we have public partial class, right in there, let's create an object. Let's say OLE DB connection, and now I'm going to call that con. That will be equals new OLE DB connection, and this my new OLDB connection. I now want it, I'm now going to store the link that I copied earlier. So let's enter art, enter double quotes, and paste the copied part. That is the copied part. So have a good look at it. Okay, you should have your own part on your system. This is my own part. Okay, all right, now that I have my part in place, come right down here, press enter, and I want to create an object for the calculation. Let's just create that object for now since I'm up here. So let's say double, that will be product, and that's going to be equals new, so double. So that is going to be the array that will take care of the product that I intend to use for my stock management system. All right, since I now have those two secured, the next thing is, you see right underneath initialize components, right here, right underneath, I want to create the following. Let's say a function that I will use to connect my database. So paste that in there. So the function is going to be between those two lines. Alright, so let's start by giving it a name. I'm just going to say void because it's not going to return anything. Let's call it viewer, and let's correct that. Void viewer, press enter, enter statement block. Okay, so I'm going to now use try catch to help out with any problem that I might run into. So I'm going to say try catch, that would be, let's say catch exception, and that is going to be exception EX there. So let's just say message. Okay, the system has already suggested something for me, so that's good enough for me. If there's any error, this will take care of it. Now in here, let's say connect.open. That is the instant right there, connect.open. Okay, and I'm now going to say OLEDB command, and that is going to be new command. Let's say command equals new connect dot create there. So this, we have an error there because that should have been uppercase. There we go. And now the next thing is, let's say the command itself dot command text, and this is going to be equals command type. That should be text really, dot text. Okay, and I'm also going to say command text. So let's come down here and just say command text is very one, and that is going to be equals, I'm going to use SQL statement here, select all from I stock. There we go. Now let's get that command to actually execute it. Execute non-query. There we go. And then we say database table, and that's going to be equals new DT. Okay, new database table. And now let's get the OLDB adapter, OLEDB adapter, that's going to equals new data adapter. There. Now the new data adapter, I want it to actually fill, let's say DP, yeah, DP, that will be dot fill. So let's go back in here. This should actually be, let's change this one. This should be DP, and I'll change this to DP so I don't get it confused. Yeah, DP, I'd like you to fill with the DT, that's the data table. Now I'm going to get hold of my data grid v1, let's say dot data source, that will be equals DT. Okay, so let's close our connection now. Connection dot close. All right, so if this works, we should be able to see the database open on the data grid view. So I'm going to copy this. Let's copy that, the name of the function, and I'm going to paste it right on their public form initialize components. So paste there. Okay, so I'm going to try it out. Oh, that is incorrect. It should be stocks with an S. Look at it right there. Okay, let's try this out now. If it works fine with the viewer that I've just entered in there to get initialized. So let's see, hopefully it should work. If it works, then all of the information on the database should be displayed on the data grid view. So decision time, now let's click on that. There we go. Look at that, it's working. Alright, that is fine. We can close that. I'm back in here. So let's go straight to the form, since this one is working now. Have a good look at the lines of code anyway. Let's increase the font size so that you guys can see that. That is the lines of code that get the database initialized. Okay, that's fine. Now let's come in here. Before I do any other thing, let me take care of 1, 2. Those are easy. Double click on exit. For the exit, I'm going to start by using try catch to grab hold of any error that I might run into, and underneath here let's use catch statement there. Okay, that should be, let me enter an exception for it. EX. Okay, that's nice. Now here, what I'm now going to say is the EX should generate its own message if there's any error. So that is taken care of. Now in here, let's use dialog result, and the dialog result, I'm going to just call it I exit. There we go. And now I exit. I want you to take in the following: equals message box dot show. And what do I want you to show? I want you to show the following message: confirm if you want to exit. Okay, now come out of it, comma, enter my title. That will be stock management systems. Come out of it, enter a comma. I'm going to press enter here, and the next thing I'm going to use the following dialog: message box button, this very one here. I want it to be .yes or no, comma, then message box icon. That should be underneath here somewhere. There we go. Let's use warning or question mark. That's it, question mark. Now that that is done, let's use an if statement. If I exit equals dialog results. Do that again, dialog result.yes. Then we want application dot exit. Right, so that exit is taken care of. So have a good look at the lines of code for exit there, guys. So I'm going to run that to make sure the exit lines of code works. Okay, so decision time. Try out the exit. There we go. No, I don't want to exit. And yes, I do want to exit. So the exit works. Okay, the next thing is let's take care of the reset. So I'm going to double click on the reset. With the reset, I'm just going to make that simple. Let's start by saying action lbl action dot text. That will be equals there. Okay, just clear it like that. That's what I'm going to do for all of the components. The next one, lbl cost. The lbl, we have date order, lbl description, lbl item order, lbl number of item, lbl out of stock, lbl product name. Let's say that's clear, paste that there. Okay, lbl reminder, lbl reorder date. There is one txt there. We have address. We have 4 of those txt. Name, txt, surname. Then we also have txt, number of order. Very good. Let's see. Then we have cmb, type of account. Shall we set it to 0? Okay, let me accept set to 0. That'll be the 0 index, but there's nothing in there yet. Okay, let's go on. cmd customer ID. Okay, let's clear that. or that might be the 0 index as well. Let's say dot selected index equals 0. cmd account selected dot selected index, that will be 0 as well. cmd sales index equals 0. cmd payment method with selected index 0. cmd dot selected index as well equals 0. cmd, that should be dot selected index as well. Alright, in total I should have about 28 of them. There should be 28, but I will not. Since I'm not going to be clearing this out, that will be 28. In total there are about 29. That is DTA. Okay, that's fine. So I think I have about 20 here. So let's see. I may still have some LBLs. Let's say LBL, that date, order, reminder, and so on. Let's come down here. LBL reorder level. There. LBL stock level. LBL subtotal. LBL tax. LBL total. LBL valued from. Let's see, LBL, what else do we have in there? I think that is all. Yeah, that's it. That is it. So I'm going to get rid of this. There. Okay, that should take care of the reset. So have a good look at the lines of code for the reset. Okay, the names are actually named according to each of the components that I have in here. So like this, that will be CMD product ID, LBL product name, description, LBL description, LBL stock level, and so on. Okay, let's select the combo box, this very one, and now I want to add some components in there. So click on, make sure you select properties. Now inside the properties, let's go to item, select collection, and you paste that in there. Okay, and select order as well, and make sure you have that in the order. So this is index number 1. Okay, so let's come in here. That will be index, that's for customer ID there. Right here we have payment method. We have payment method, so let's enter in there. That will be index 1. Let's say select payment method as index 0. This will be account type. So let's just enter select account type. That's fine. And here that will be VAT. So let's put the default as no VAT. The default will be no. Okay, that is fine. And here discount, the default for the discount will be, leave that as 0, and up here, sales or no sales. No sales, let's say no sales will be 0, not on sales. Okay, only if it's on sales, then we change that. Okay, so let's see if we run it now. Okay, if I run it, you guys will not see anything. None of the index will show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy all of the index and put it on the form load. Let's see, it's coming up. There we go. So nothing is happening. So let's exit out and go back to our reset. Inside the reset, I'm going to grab hold of all of these. Okay, or you can just call the reset. You can just call all of this. Yeah, let's copy this and just call it inside form initialize. Double click on that. Let's scroll right up. Okay, form load, you can paste it right there inside the form load. Get rid of that and we just leave it as, whoa, undo that, undo whatever I just done. Okay, yeah, get rid of that, get rid of this and enter semicolon there. So when the form load is going to reset first. So run. Let's see that. There we go. Form load, and all of these have their default value. That is good. Now that is taken care of. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.